So I used to love the way our barista used to present his cups.
Yeah.
For example, one day he presented some nice coffee. It was a cappuccino, very nice, presented. And I asked him, how do you make this? He said, you go to a school and study.
Yeah.
So I used to love the passion he had. So I said one day I should learn this. So I kept on serving his orders. But I found out that most of the orders were according to the way he was feeling. You know, baristas present their cups according to the way they are feeling, according to the mood. In case he left home when he's sad, he's not happy, you will see the results in the cup. But when you see something beautiful, just know he's so happy.
Yeah.
So the passion he had and the love he used to put in the cup really encouraged me to join the school. Not until I got to learn about Isaac at the Pro Plus.
Yeah.
Then I came with some of my friends, so we are now doing the course. So I used to love the way our barista used to present his cups.
Yeah.
For example, one day he presented some nice coffee. It was a cappuccino, very nice, presented. And I asked him, how do you make this? He said, you go to a school and study.
Yeah.
So I used to love the passion he had. So I said one day I should learn this. So I kept on serving his orders. But I found out that most of the orders were according to the way he was feeling. You know, baristas present their cups according to the way they are feeling, according to the mood. In case he left home when he's sad, he's not happy, you will see the results in the cup. But when you see something beautiful, just know he's so happy.
Yeah.
So the passion he had and the love he used to put in the cup really encouraged me to join the school. Not until I got to learn about Isaac at the Pro Plus.
Yeah.
Then I came with some of my friends, so we are now doing the course.
Let's put up the camera. Well, how is everyone doing today? My name is Emmanuel Ateng, and this is House of Talent Television, the Coffee Break Show. Welcome once again. This is the show where we get to talk everything about coffee. Last week we had a very good discussion with the guest who was here, and this week we have a new guest who has been working in the UAE. He has a lot of experience in coffee. He's planning on becoming a roaster from a quality controller. He's also a barista. He has worked basically outside Uganda and is planning to go back to work in the UAE, coming down here with all the knowledge that he has. Welcome with me to the show, Mr. Becca Ali.
Thank you so much.
Becca, you're very welcome to the Coffee Break Show.
Thank you, Mr. Michael.
It's really good to have you here. We've had a lot of baristas, we've had roasters, we've had farmers, we've had a lot of people coming through here, and having someone of your experience is a really very good thing. This is the House of Talent, where we try to, just expound on matters that really affect people out there, and this show is basically about coffee. So before we get into other things, we just want to know, who is Becca Ali? If someone, when we go to interviews, people always ask us, tell us who you are. And it's always the hardest question to
definitely.
answer.
The first thing should be to know someone who you are dealing with.
Yes.
My name is Becca Ali Kabiito.
Yeah.
Born in Uganda, Masaka.
Okay.
Currently living in United Arab Emirates, Sharjah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's your story? How did you get up from Uganda and just decided, one day I should go to Sharjah?
Sorry?
When did you decide? Okay, and for what reason did you say, you know what, Kampala has refused, let me go to UAE?
Didn't refuse at all, but I was recommended by also my brother who was there, who was living in UAE, and saw me that, oh, Becca, what are you doing now? How's things there?
Yeah.
Wasn't good, wasn't bad, around 50-50.
Yeah.
Then he told me, okay, you can come and join us in UAE, and you see, if you're passionate, you can join me where I'm working now. If you're not, maybe you can find another job for you. Okay. And I said, okay, let me come on ground and we see what we can do. Yeah. So I started planning for that. I collected some money, family helped me. Yeah. And I went to UAE.
Okay, so when you got to UAE, what was the first job? Because people go to UAE and do various jobs, okay? So what was that first job that you ended up doing?
Well, it's not easy to get a job what you want in UAE when you are not experienced.
Oh.
So it took me like 2 months without job.
Yeah.
Then after I got one company called ADNOC. It's Abu Dhabi company, petroleum industry.
Yeah.
Then I started working there. I started working as a forecourt. From forecourt, I went in a C-store, working in supermarket. From supermarket, and I became an acting supervisor. Then, like promotions.
Yeah.
After completing my contract, I changed the industry and I switched to coffee industry.
Yeah.
Until now.
Okay, so that's what I want to find out, because working in the petroleum industry seems like something bigger, something with more money actually, you know. It would take a very big thing for someone to say, you know what, let me leave petroleum, especially in the UAE, because we know that that is literally the source of petroleum, you know. So I believe that maybe you are making more money, okay, but one day you decided that I should switch over to coffee, you know. What made you decide to switch over to coffee?
Well, petroleum is not bad company.
Yeah.
It's not bad industry. It's very good. But was not meant for me. I tried, I pushed, but it didn't work out for me. It's not bad, it's very good, as like paying very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giving everything you need in time, give a lot of privileges, but for me, it didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
Yes. As you know, each and every industry have like some issues. So it depends on your passion.
Yeah.
Yes. I worked there, but for me, what I can say, I was lacking promotions. You know, to work in the industry without promotion, it's like you are working for nothing. Okay, it's fine, you can work, but it depends on your passion.
Yeah.
Yes, there's no promotion. There was no promotion. There was no like, not enough time for me.
Yeah.
I'm a researcher, on the other hand, there's no enough research there.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to say that, okay, maybe I'm working in this industry. When I go back home in my country, I can start up my own petrol station. Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, that's
not easy.
That's very true.
Yeah, you know. But in like in coffee, maybe you can be working in a cafe and say, I gained some knowledge here. Let me go back in my country and I open up a cafe. It's easy.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand. Interesting. So you moved from petroleum, you've decided, okay, you know.
Yeah, I switched from petroleum industry and I joined coffee industry.
Okay.
Yes.
So most people, the baristas that we've had here, everyone, there's a couple of guys who learned on the job. You know, we had a guy who said that his first experience. We've had other guys who actually went to a school and learned, you know, how to become a barista and a roaster.
Yes.
Where did you start when it came to coffee?
It was a very big challenge for me.
Yeah.
To switch from one industry to another, how it came a challenge and how I accepted the challenge.
Yeah.
First of all, I joined coffee industry without any knowledge, without any experience. Even I don't know how to drink coffee.
Yeah.
Yes. And I said, okay, let me join this industry. But as I told you, I'm a researcher.
Yeah.
I researched about it before I joined. And I said, maybe according to my passion, when I join this industry, maybe it will take me to another level.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it's becoming true. Okay? Then it was a challenge for me, salary-wise.
Yeah.
I was getting more in ADNOC. When I switched to coffee industry, the first position I get, I was getting less.
Yeah.
I accepted that. Why? It was a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Why I accepted? Because I needed to study. I needed to learn more. I needed to acquire more knowledge.
Yeah.
In petroleum, like you cannot acquire more knowledge.
Yeah.
There's more, like no more studies, whatever. Everything is like normal.
Yeah.
Then I sat down with my boss who was giving me a job, and he said, okay, I'll offer you this offer because you don't have any knowledge, you don't have any experience, you don't have anything, but we'll try to train you and you'll train yourself. And I said, okay, it's fine. After seeing how you work, we will increase you in future.
Yeah.
And I say, yes, it's fine for me.
Yeah.
And I joined.
Okay, so that
from there, I didn't like waste any time. I started immediately to study about coffee, to do research, to do everything, to taste coffee until now, and still going on.
Yeah. So talking about studying, are there particular schools in the UAE where you go to study, or are there particular courses that you have to do for you to be involved in the coffee industry there in the UAE?
Courses. There's schools and there's courses. You can be buying courses, you can buy online, you can go like some training centers, because coffee industry is very wide. Yeah. It depends on where, like on your field. There are some people who are latte artists. He can be making good art, he can be making like amazing things in art only. Yeah. You can find someone more interested in brewing. So his passion is like in brewing, can be making different types of brewing, knowing all apparatuses, knowing everything. Yeah. But for me, I said, okay, I'll engage in everything. So I started with my company. Good thing, the company I started with in coffee, they have AST. AST means Authorized SCA Trainer. SCA means Specialty Coffee Association. Yeah. So I started with the company is having a SCA trainer. So I paid an amount and I started studying with him. Yeah.
So the SCA certificate that you got, I was reading your interview that you had in one of the coffee magazines.
Not one,
or many.
Yeah, not one.
Maybe I haven't read some of them. Yeah. And it said you had a couple of certificates, 3 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah. So
from SCA 3 and others not SCA, different. Yeah.
Okay, so the ones from SCA are 3, and the other ones are how many?
Around 3 or so.
Around 3.
Yeah, but national, not SCA, not international.
Not international, no. Yeah. But it's in Uganda, okay, we have a situation whereby we have baristas or people involved in the coffee industry who go to school for a month or 2, and after that think that they know a lot or everything about coffee. Yeah, and having your experience, having all these certificates, going through all these courses, what would be your comment on that? Do people need to stop at 1-2 months of barista school, or they need to progress from there?
They have to progress immediately. You know, when you join industry, the first thing you have to learn the language. As in coffee itself is like a language also. Yeah. If you don't have coffee language, it will be hard for you to understand coffee language, to understand like words in coffee, to understand this. So basically those who study like 1 month, 2 months, they get only basics. Yeah. In basics, there's language, there's like introduction to coffee, and simple things to understand. This is coffee, this is beans, this was like that only. But after getting job, they have to push again. Okay. To study more. They find themselves in bigger positions. Coffee industry is full of opportunities, full of how can I say, like full of positions. It depends on you. Yeah. Since once you push yourself to another level, you can go. But when you stay there, you'll be there. Like some people, you can find someone who is a junior barista. Yeah, he started as a junior barista 1 year, 2nd year junior, 3rd year still junior. Means he's not pushing himself. Yeah. So you have to push yourself to go to another level. Okay.
Yeah. And still with the same, I was reading in the magazine how you had a couple of people who helped you along the way. Yeah. I believe that everyone needs a teacher, everyone needs a guide, you know. So who are these people you met along the way that basically trained you and, you know, encouraged you to be the person that you are today in the coffee industry?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends. The first person is called Mahadi Bujingo. Yeah. Yeah, he's a coffee master, and he's now a partner in one cafe there. So he's a good man. He's a very good man. Good, like he introduced me to coffee because he was working there for a couple of years. Yeah. Then I liked what he was doing. Then also joined coffee. From there, I started learning coffee. There's Nicholas. There is Calvin, Dragon, my teacher. Yeah. He's a European guy, and my boss as well. Yeah.
So most of these guys, you met them in the UAE?
In UAE, all in UAE.
Yeah, so before in Uganda, you had never had any experience with coffee? You didn't even know it existed?
I don't know even what is coffee. No.
Well, you're not alone. I remember before I started doing this show, actually, you know, I didn't even know what a barista was. Yeah, but it's good to know that with experience, we get to learn a lot of things. Yeah. Viewers, we're going to get into a break right now. You're watching the Coffee Show on the Coffee Break Show on House of Talent Television. My name is Emmanuel. Today I'm hosting Mr. Baker Ali, who works in the UAE as a quality controller with Drowsy Coffee. We'll be hearing more from him and about him when we get back after this break. This is House of Talent Television, the Coffee Break Show.
You have to know the brew ratio. Actually, the brew ratio is
very important.
The most important. Brew ratio now most people may not understand. It is the ratio of
water.
The coffee powder to water, and
yes.
the yield. Water in this article will bring us into the yield. If I put 10 grams of coffee into my portafilter, how much of it am I exactly? So if you don't master the brew ratio, oh, everything is going to turn out a mess. You understand? Even if you know that knowledge and you don't master the brew ratio.
Along the way, I think I will say I've learned to be humble. Like I told you, I was just an assistant who was just supposed to stand there and make the juice sound. But because I was humble to these guys, to my leaders, they really saw something in me and they gave me an opportunity. And then being eager to learn, for everyone who is out there, with the young men, every young man out there, you need to be eager to learn, because there are many opportunities there. I don't know, I've met Emma today, I don't know where we shall meet any other time. I will meet this person. So always be humble and be eager to learn. And then about coffee, I've learned, like I think I've learned that always take everything in the steps. Because if I had started with the basics, I wouldn't be back here now. So like, if you have the opportunity, take it in the right way. Always be humble, take the opportunities, and be eager to learn.
Welcome back to the Coffee Break Show on House of Talent Television. Remember, you can always catch us on our Facebook at House of Talent Uganda, on our YouTube at House of Uganda, on YouTube at House of Talent Uganda live stream, or you can go over to our Twitter HTV1 and catch all the shows, and for today especially the Coffee Break Show. My name is Emmanuel, and with me in studio is Mr. Baker Ali, all the way from the UAE. Baker, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
We were talking earlier and you're saying that you're actually planning to go back to the UAE.
Yes.
You've been in Uganda for how long, ever since coming back?
I have 2 weeks now.
2 weeks now.
Yeah, 2 weeks now.
And what has been your experience with Uganda in these 2 weeks? Because I know that a lot of things changed. I hear that now when you go to the airport, there's a lot of complications here and there. And you know, being in the UAE, I know that you're used to a very different kind of culture. Then you come back to Uganda, it's very different. So how have you been able to cope in the last 2 weeks in Kampala?
Oh, well, I didn't find any problem with it because I'm minding my business. And I don't force anything. That's the system. And I cannot change the system because I'm not in that position. So I just see things as it is. And I continue with my way.
All right, interesting. So we just wanted to paint a picture and compare the coffee industry in Uganda to the one in UAE. Because you've had really a good experience in the UAE and less experience in Uganda. But I also believe that you've been around the coffee shops, you've interacted with a couple of people here when it comes to the coffee industry in Uganda. What are some of those major differences that you have seen between UAE industry and the coffee industry or the culture in Uganda?
So in UAE, I can say it's growing very fast. They don't have any farm there for coffee. All coffees from Africa and other countries under coffee belt. But UAE is very far in coffee. Why they are very far? they have a lot of education about coffee.
Yeah.
They do a lot of research. They train their staffs. They do everything. We lack that one here in Uganda. In Uganda, we have a lot of baristas, we have a lot of coffee people, but they lack something, education. They need to study about coffee to understand really what is coffee.
Yeah.
From the seed, from the farm. We have good opportunity here in Uganda. We have farms.
Yeah.
You can go even in a farm free of charge without paying anything and do your own research.
Yeah.
So in UAE, you can study everything. You can test everything you want in time. But here, like, if you want to try something, means you have to pass through this one. You go to another person, check another person. That's wastage of time. So everything should be straight. I think, according to my opinion, they should give chance to upcoming people in coffee, upcoming baristas, upcoming researchers, to do their own research without any objection. Yes.
So that is one part. The other part is the coffee culture, okay, especially when it comes to the side of the consumer, okay. Uganda is not predominantly a coffee country. We export a lot of coffee, but we don't consume a lot of coffee. Okay, we are predominantly a tea kind of culture, but in the UAE, I believe it's predominantly coffee. Okay.
Yes.
So, why do you think in Uganda, okay, we export but do not consume that much coffee?
Generally, 98%. I think I can say 95% in UAE, they drink coffee than here. Here, I don't know how I can say that one. I just feel it, but I don't know how I can explain to you that one. But for us, we are farmers. They are not farmers. They are consumers. You get my point?
I get it.
Yeah, they are consumers. But for us, we are farmers and we are exporters. So we do everything for them. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's an ideology that coffee is seen as a rich person's thing. Like there's a certain class you have to be a coffee drinker or a coffee consumer. Okay. Do you think it's the same? Do you think that that's one of the factors in Uganda why we don't consume a lot? Because if I say I'm going to, let's say, Java's or Cafe Seri to take a cup of coffee, people look at me like
a rich person. Not really. It depends on the mood also. Coffee is, people like should understand why you drink coffee. Yes. Why do we drink coffee? Or why someone can drink coffee other than tea? Or why someone can go in cafe and give me anything other than cafe. But there is other than coffee, but there is coffee already. I say, okay, give me maybe juice, maybe give me something fresh. Why do we drink coffee first? Yes, that's the point.
So we also need, apart from educating our baristas and the people involved, we also need to educate the consumers of coffee.
That's the work of barista. To teach the consumer and to explain more about coffee so that customer will come again.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is actually what I wanted to ask next. So the baristas have a very big role because they are the face of the coffee industry.
Yes.
Because when you look at the background, you have the farmers. No one really ever goes to see the farmers. I don't believe that a consumer will go all the way down to the farm to see where it comes from. People rarely interact with the roaster, with the quality controller, but all of us know the barista. Okay, so you as a barista, you've been a barista, and you're the face, let's say, of the coffee industry or of the shop wherever you work at. Okay, what are some of those qualities that a barista needs for one to be a successful barista and also to make the business that they're working in successful?
Studying and customer service.
Okay.
First of all, there's no bad coffee, but there is bad baristas. There's no bad coffee at all. Even if coffee is good, barista can make it bad, can make it good or more good. So the issue is still to train the baristas well, to give them what they need, to provide them with everything so that they introduce to customers, to consumers, they'll keep on coming. And to train them why they drink coffee, how much cup of coffee I have to drink in a day. Yes.
Okay. So there are those small things that a barista has to do. Okay, for example, all right, if I reach, let's say, my station late, my job is supposed to start at 9 o'clock, and I know customers will be there at 8:55. I end up coming in at 9:15. I believe that that is one of the qualities that a barista needs, timekeeping. Because for coffee, everything works in a certain time. Okay? What are some of those other small things that a barista has to do for themselves, okay, to make sure that they're successful? Timekeeping is one of them.
Timekeeping.
Okay? What are the others?
They can add on the way how they do brewing. They can add on other, like, for now we are in third wave of coffee. They can add on other skills. The way how they do coffee. Not only making same cup of coffee every day. Coffee, this one I can make, like, for instance, I can make in one cup different type of coffees. So if you come today, I'll give you this one. Tomorrow I'll recommend another thing. Next day another thing, but in same coffee. It's my job as a barista to train you, or I mean to teach you, or to show you another way how I can make that thing. Cleanness is part of barista work, like taking control of everything in the bar and outside the bar. Yeah, that's the things. Okay, so
timekeeping, cleanliness, then educating
customers.
The customers. Yeah, and on the side of the customers, okay, one of the most important things about any industry, any service industry, is customer care. Okay, but the customer care is a two-sided thing. I'm a barista, I'm offering really good service to my people, but on the other side we have customers who are just, for lack of a better word, a headache. When they come there, they make your life as a barista really hard. You know, some don't even know the kind of drink that they want to order. They'll order a latte, you bring them a latte and they thought it was something else. Okay, so how does a barista deal with certain customers that really just give them headache? You know, the ones that shout, the ones that don't make it a good experience for the baristas. How would you as a barista handle such a situation?
On that point, I can say it depends, and it's like this. You should know how to take proper order from customer. We call them voids. Avoid making voids from customer. How you take void order, or how you take their order. The way how you ask me which kind of coffee you are going to drink. For me, as a barista, I already understand which one I'm going to give you. For instance, we have one menu full of many types of coffees. Customer will come and say, they don't know the names, maybe they don't know the pictures. We just point on one thing and say, give me this one. Before you make that coffee, ask customer, have you ever tried before? Do you know about it? Then it means after asking customer, it's easier for you not to make wrong order. Problem come when customer asks something they don't understand. But to avoid that, we need to be having communication between barista and the consumer. Yes, communication. So yeah, that's one other thing that is really necessary for a barista, good communication skills. Good communication.
We're talking earlier and you said that you came over from the UAE, and I believe that you're about to go back, and basically you came down to do research, okay, and you've been involved in research. I believe that you've gone to a couple of farms, you've visited other coffee shops and different places. What are some of those things that you have learned in your research about, you know, the coffee industry in Uganda that you can share with us?
Yeah, the species, coffee species, very important, and they see the other methods of brewing coffee. Unfortunately, here in Uganda, I don't want to criticize, but I'll just talk a little bit. We don't have specialty. We have, but not so the standard one. Because I've tried in different cafes, trying to search where is specialty coffee. I didn't find any. I don't want to mention names because I'll be like attacking. It's fine, I don't want to attack anyone, but we lack to get specialty. And I've been here searching for any AST in Uganda. We don't have anyone. I just heard that we have only one lady from Kenya who is coming here and teach people about specialty. We should introduce that as soon as possible. We have to introduce specialty in Uganda. Why we have to introduce specialty? What is specialty? Before we go furthermore. So, after knowing that means we still lack a lot. And good thing, everything is possible. if they give us attention and people like we work together, we cooperate, we can get some very, very premium, good coffee from here. Specialty, on specialty standard. We lack specialty. Coffee is good, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's very good, but there's one part which is called specialty. Only that one is missing.
So when you talk about specialty, take us a little bit deeper, because there are people out there saying now, what is specialty? What is he talking about? So what really is specialty when you go deeper into it?
It's a wave of coffee. First of all, it's a wave of coffee. We have 3 waves now which is known. First wave in 1882, after discovering the coffee. They used to make coffee in a traditional way, without adding anything, without use of machine, without doing anything. The way how they get from farm, they put in a boiler, whatever, they cook, they drink, without even removing the skin. Traditional way, until 1972. We get second wave of coffee. Was brought by American company called Starbucks. I don't know if you know that one.
Starbucks,
yes. You know Starbucks. It was introduced by Starbucks from 1972. They modified a lot in coffee. They came up with grinders. They came up with machines, espresso machine. They say we can add milk on coffee. We can do, like, they modified coffee. Until now, still working. It's not bad, but they are on commercial basis. They are doing coffee in their own concept. It's very nice. It's not bad. Until 2007, when you get Specialty Association, it was also brought by American company called the Specialty Coffee Association of America. SCA. I don't know if you know that one. So it was brought by also American people. They came up with international standards. That's the main point. Means everything you do, like in this cafe in Uganda, you are doing same in America, in Oman, in UAE, everywhere. So we are following this standard. That's the thing. So we are doing the same way. The same way how you do it here, same like there, because we have the standard. But when you're working on commercial basis, means you'll be having your own concept. What you are doing here, you are doing only here. Your neighbor will be doing another thing. So 2 parts. So we lack only the specialty. Means if you are used to drink the specialty and you go in commercial, you feel things different. Yes.
If you're watching out there and you're wondering what is specialty, Becca Ali has just broken it down. If you thought it was a very big science, he has broken it down into something that we can all understand. This is the Coffee Break Show. You are watching me and Becca expounding on his journey and different aspects about the coffee industry. We're going to take a break right now for you to grab a cup of coffee. But when we get back, we shall be brewing our own cup of coffee also. Take a break right now. This is the Coffee Break Show on House of Talent Television. My name is Emmanuel Ateng.
I think most female feel like being a barista is more of a male job, or being a farmer is a male thing, or being a quality controller. Yet they don't know that there are other perfect people that we are looking at. So we want to bring this gender equality into the coffee business. I would thank this the International Women Coffee Alliance. It has really done a very good job to encourage women into the coffee business. When you look at coffee farmers or coffee processors, most of them are women. When you look at the quality controllers, they say that women are the best coffee testers. Why? Because they're very subjected to spices when they're cooking. They get a lot of flowers from us. So they test a lot of things, ice cream, yogurt, sweets, what. So they are good cup testers. Yes.
So most of them should actually, take opportunity.
I would actually encourage all the female to participate in the coffee business, whether owning a coffee shop, whether analyzing coffee, barista, farming. Yeah, we really need them.
That's when I started learning that, this is how coffee is. But why is it that we produce coffee here and just sell it when we don't take it here, we don't consume it here? So one time when I had just started my training here, I went back to Iganga. And then I went to a hotel, a very established hotel. I will not mention its name. Then I wanted to see if I have people that know about coffee in hotels, because I knew maybe probably big hotels serve coffee. So to my dismay is that I introduced myself as a barista, and everybody was like, "What's a barista?" So I said, a barista is a specialist that makes coffee, a person who makes coffee for people to, coffee like, cappuccino, different kinds of, coffees, and people were like very green. I say, this is a big hotel. I expected to find here a coffee machine, and nobody knows about it. So it's, I think, incumbent of us to really transform this entire community, the entire country, to coffee, to learn about coffee, and also to give them the advantages of coffee, teach them about coffee, and then later on they maybe consume it, rather than just selling it.
Along the way, I think I will say I've learned to be humble. Like I told you, I was just an assistant who was just supposed to stand there and make the juice, and but because I was humble to these guys, to my leaders, they really saw something in me and they gave me an opportunity. And then being eager to learn, for everyone who is out there, with the young men, every young man out there, you need to be eager to learn, because there are many opportunities there. I don't know, I've met Emma today, I don't know where we shall meet any other time. I will meet this person. So always be humble and be eager to learn.
Yeah.
And then about coffee, I've learned, like I think I've learned that always take everything in the steps.
Yeah.
Because if I had started with the basics, I wouldn't be back here now.
True.
So like, if you have the opportunity, take it in the right way.
Okay.
Always be humble, take the opportunities, and be eager to learn.
House of Talent Television. My name is Emmanuel Ateng. In studio is Becca Ali, all the way from the UAE, from Drowsy Coffee. Came over to Uganda. He has been here for 2 weeks doing some research, of which he has already shared with us some of the stuff that he was doing while he was here. He will be going back in the next month or so.
Yeah.
Yes, in the next month. So it's good that we caught you before you left. So before we went for the break, we're basically talking about your experience, the research you did. We're talking about baristas and their different qualities and what people need to succeed. And we are now down to the third part of the show, where we basically always get to brew a good cup of coffee. We have people who watch this show just for this part. There's a lot of people in Uganda who want to learn how to make a good cup of coffee, especially in the morning when people are running to work. So I'll just hand over this session to you. There is a lot of apparatus that we have in front of us here. There are those who don't even know what this is. So I'll leave it to you to explain what it is, what we're going to do, and the process basically from this to our cup of coffee that we will be taking.
Yeah, thank you so much. So first of all, this one is called manual brewing. This is gravity manual brewing.
Yeah.
It's part of specialty.
Oh.
So we've been talking about specialty. Specialty came and introduced to us manual brewing, two methods of brewing. Okay. That's the main difference between specialty and commercial.
Yeah.
In specialty cafes, you'll find people, baristas doing manual brewing.
Okay.
In commercial, they'll be doing only machine, espresso machine.
Okay.
That's another method. And this is another method. So
Okay.
we do this one manually. What's the main point of manual brewing? And what is our expectations?
Yeah.
Why do we make manual brewing? What's the difference between this and the normal coffee?
Yeah.
First of all, it's not about making strong coffee, making whatever. No, we can make manual brewed coffee a very nice one.
Yeah.
What we are looking for is optimum balance.
Okay.
Shouldn't be bitter,
Oh.
shouldn't be too acidic, should be balanced.
Okay.
So someone should drink coffee and enjoy only that.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing a gravity brewing,
Yeah.
and I'm having a apparatus of V60.
Okay.
What is V60? What is the mouth feel? What are you expecting from this? Should be light to full body. Though I can make strong, but the taste of this one should be light to medium body.
Okay.
When I go to part of specialty, it means I have to come with other apparatuses to check my coffee.
Okay.
From the TDS, I have to check water quality.
Yeah.
I have to check the soluble yields. I have to see my extraction time. I have to watch everything. There's a lot of variables I have to look for when I'm doing manual brewing.
Okay.
Yeah, the things just variables. And what variables I have to check? What are 7 essential elements of brewing?
Yeah.
There's a lot of rules under this.
Okay.
So I'll not go like very far. I'll just go straight.
All right.
Do it like a home brewing.
Okay.
Not commercial, not special.
Okay.
But at least like
Something
this.
simple you can do
Something
at
simple
home.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not commercial, not specialty.
Okay.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
if I go direct to specialty, means I need a lot of things.
Yeah.
I have to know which origin is this.
Yeah.
This is coffee, but I have to know the origin.
Yeah.
I have to know the TDS of the water we are going to use. I have to know everything.
Yeah.
So I just make home brewing.
Okay.
First of all, what I need to do is to preheat my apparatus.
Yeah.
Why do I need to preheat? I have to keep my apparatus warm.
Yeah.
I have to clean, as I told you. And when you are using paper filter, means you are killing the germs
Yeah.
and you are removing the paper smell.
Okay.
And we are going to use scale, which is Akaya scale. It's very nice,
Yeah.
giving consistent measures.
So in the event that at home I don't have this scale.
You don't have at home?
Yeah. What would I do?
By the way, this is allowed to smell on the coffee. It's part of our testing.
Okay.
I mean, part of evaluating coffee. We have two methods of
evaluating.
Yeah, evaluating coffee. We have olfaction and gustation. So this is olfaction.
Yeah.
It's the capacity or action of smelling.
Yeah.
Why do we smell on coffee? 80%. 80%, we perceive 80% from the smell.
Yeah.
So we can evaluate from our coffee from the smell before even we drink.
Okay.
But I'll be using specialty standard.
Okay. So if I don't have a scale and let's say I measure and say, okay, let me take 2 spoons and put them there. So what would be the ratio?
That is your own. Like your own. You can do anything, but when you are following specialty, you have to do everything on specialty. You have to follow the rules.
Okay.
Yes. I'll be using my ratio 1:16.
Okay.
I mean 1:15. I'll be getting my ratio 15 as well. 1:15.
Yeah.
I'll get around 225.
Okay.
It's very simple to make, only the science we need to study.
So everyone at least should have a basic knowledge about
At least.
what they're doing.
And I'll start my first pour over.
Yeah.
For the standard one, I'll be needing 50 in 35 ml. According to my recipe.
Okay. Speaking of recipes, you as Baker Ali,
Yes.
are there certain recipes that you have come up with?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
As I told you, it depends how you find your coffee because we have different origins. Each origin tastes different.
Yeah.
We cannot brew Uganda the way how we brew Brazil or Colombia or Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in your perspective, speaking of all these coffee brewing nations, okay, in Africa, Ethiopia is seen as the #1, right?
Yes.
Then you have Brazil and Colombia, and I believe that you've had a taste of coffee from all these nations. Okay?
I've tasted a lot of coffee.
Yes. So according to you, which nation in the world has the best coffee?
We don't judge by nation.
Okay.
We have what we call cup of excellence.
Ah.
So there's cup of excellence by either variety or by region.
Okay.
Even in Uganda here, we have some coffees. We have coffee from different regions. Coffee from Mbale is not tasting like from Rwenzori Mountains or from Kasese or from whatever. It's different, but we judge coffee according to either varieties or the way how it was processed.
Okay.
Yes, but you cannot say this coffee maybe from Ethiopia is very good. No. No, it depends on the way how it was processed.
Okay.
And the variety.
All right.
Yes.
So which country has a better variety than the rest?
Currently, we have the one variety. Just a minute, I don't want to skip my ratio.
Okay.
Okay, that's done. Currently, there's one variety which is trending a lot and people like it a lot. It's called geisha.
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 Is that from Japan?
No.
It's a Japanese
Panama.
word. Panama.
Panama.
Okay.
Geisha is a village in Ethiopia.
Okay.
They are the first one to grow that variety, the geisha beans, but didn't like work out well. Then they transferred to Panama. And in Panama is doing very well, very, very well, and it's very expensive on market. You can find 1 cup of Panama geisha around 100K here.
That's a small cup.
Small cup. Yes, because of the variety. It's very good by variety, not by coffee beans or not by the way how it was brewed. No, by variety.
By variety.
Yes, and it's sold always on auction.
Okay.
Yeah, they book, they make auction. We need this variety, this volume, whatever, like that. So we evaluate by variety or by the way how it was processed. We have a lot of processes. Before we have only around like the common one around 4: natural process, washed process, honey process, carbonic macellation.
Yeah.
Now they added a lot of processes.
Okay.
And when you start to study about coffee, means you are going to study about all processes. And as a barista, before you start brewing your coffee, you have to know which variety is this, which process, how was it processed. So to like is guiding you to do a proper cup of coffee. Not only making coffee and leave it there, no. You have to know everything as a barista.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So what can we do as the Ugandan industry, coffee industry, to get our coffee varieties to that place like the one in Panama? And what are we not doing in that respect that hasn't allowed us to get to that level?
To give it time to educate farmers, we need to educate farmers about green bean sustainability. Yes, we need to educate farmers. We need to educate producers as well, so that we get cup of excellence, so that we get like good quality. Yes. And to avoid these quick things, you know, some people, they need quick money. They don't take long process. We know some process, they take long, like natural process will take long time to get dry. But if you want something nice, give it time, wait. Yes.
So the Ugandan thing is always try and get quick money from whatever you're doing. So I believe maybe that's one of the issues why we haven't. So this is ready. So I was saying that in Uganda we want quick things, quick money, kamane here, kamane there.
Yes.
And I think maybe that's why not only the coffee industry but other industries have also
even
really,
other industries
failed to grow.
One day, second day, they want money.
You want something out of it. Okay. Away from that, I was still going through your article in the magazine, and I realized that you went for a competition. Okay. And just want us to what competition was this? How did you fare in the competition? You know, did you get any certificates? You know, what about that competition?
It was Aeropress Championship.
Okay.
It happened in Wien last month in October. DMCC Coffee Center in Dubai. Good enough. I participated to semi-finals. I didn't complete, but at least I reached to the level where everyone is saying, mashallah, at least you are there. On the stage. Wasn't easy and wasn't so difficult, but a lot of guys like participated. No one they didn't complete. But few of us managed to go to the stage, to the final stage, until when they choose people who went to Italy for finals. Well, I mean, just being on that stage was a very big thing, I believe. And congratulations. Thank you so much
on that part. So, what's the future for you? I know that right now you're a quality controller, you've been a barista, but where do you see yourself in the next 5 years when in respect to coffee?
Still studying. I can say that. Still studying, still going ahead. Because now my aims, I'm focusing into roastery pad.
Okay.
Yes, I'm focusing into roastery pad. I've done all this barista. I've done a lot of coffee sampling, coffee cupping, whatever. Now I'm focusing on roasting.
Okay.
Yes. So and I know roasting is a very big part. Yes.
But I think it's something you're really passionate about.
Yes.
Okay. As we draw towards the close of the show, I know that there are baristas out there. I know that there are different people who are watching the show.
We have to test our coffee before we go further. Because it's now on holding temperature.
Okay. So as we get there, I know that the people out there who, especially because of the lockdown that came, because of the COVID situation, there are students who are actually not back in school. There are other people who lost their jobs, okay? And they're looking for what to do. And I believe that the coffee industry at this point actually offers a way out for them, okay? Because, I mean, people they won't stop taking coffee. People will take coffee, okay? Farmers will continue to produce coffee, all right? So I just want you to look into that camera and just tell someone out there, okay? Encourage them to get into the coffee industry, and why should they get into the coffee industry?
Well, guys, coffee industry is very wide, it's very big, it's very full of opportunities. Don't sit there and say, I have nothing to do. You can join the industry. You can get whatever you want. If you give it time, invest in it. By giving it time, don't look for money. Don't look for big salary at first. First learn. After learning, you'll get how much amount you need.
Yeah.
In coffee industry, there's no like barista should get this amount of money. No, it depends on your knowledge.
Yeah.
What you know is what you get. You cannot be like having junior experience and asking for experienced one. No. You can join now. Good thing, everything is simple. Yeah. It's easy. Don't sit there and say, oh no, I'm scared to join this. No, it's very simple. You can make. Yeah, it's very simple. It's not so difficult. Simple, very simple, very enjoyable. You can do everything when you're enjoying. You can do your coffee. You can serve your customers. Coffee create friendship.
Yeah.
Coffee gives you a job. Even if you are not working in a cafe, maybe you can go in different field, but still in coffee industry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. You've heard it there from Mr. Baker Ali. But before we go, there is an issue that we have been talking about, not only in the show,
okay,
but generally. Being a barista is predominantly seen as a place for men. Okay, there are very few ladies who take up, being a barista, and we've tried to have them on the show here. We had one, Swabra Banks. I don't know if you've met her, and we just wanted to encourage the ladies out there. Okay, because we had a barista who told us that when it comes to quality control, it's better to have a woman because their sense of smell is better when it comes, to that. Okay, so just encourage the ladies out there.
They add also some special techniques. We don't know how they do their things.
Yeah,
it's very good. Actually, apparently, when you see in coffee industry, now a lot of girls, and they like them a lot, who are doing coffees. And you see all competition happen since from June. All winners are ladies, girls.
Yeah.
Seriously, girls. All girls. Means they have engaged a lot in coffee.
Yeah.
They give like maximum attention to coffee. They have good taste. They know how to brew coffee. They can predict what is coming than boys. For boys, maybe you can do something. Say, oh, maybe it will be like this. But if a girl predicts exactly the same thing, yes.
So the ladies should actually in Uganda.
Yes, should engage in coffee.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's very nice.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it there from Baker Ali, who came down from the UAE, works for Drowsy Coffee, and he came down to do some research, of which we have been sharing on the show. We have brewed our good cup of coffee. It's time for us to say bye until the next time. Thank you for watching the Coffee Break Show on House of Talent Television. Remember, you can always catch us on our Facebook, our YouTube, and also on Twitter. Make sure to share the show far and wide. It has been me, Emmanuel Ateng, on the Coffee Break Show, House of Talent Television. Have a good day wherever you are in the world.
Thank you.
So I used to love the way our barista used to present his cups.
Yeah.
For example, one day he presented some nice coffee. It was a cappuccino, very nice, presented. And I asked him, how do you make this?